Welcome, 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 everybody, to the Tech Savvy Tuesday. I'm your host, Matthew, and I'm going to kick this thing off. The agenda for today, real quick, has been a few weeks. I took last week off, so I'm going to give everybody a quick update, state of the union on what's going down in the Be Bold investing community. As a reminder, of course, today we've got Tech Savvy Tuesday going down at 11 a.m. Next week, we've got it going back at 9 p.m. So keep that reminder, check your emails, always check the calendar the week of to make sure that calls are going down. They should be updated every single week. As well as for those of you folks that are actually local to Orlando, we have our sub 2 Gator top tier TC meetup happening here in Orlando. You can get all the information needed here by clicking the link. We'll send out the location. We're actually doing a collab this month. So we have a different real estate investing group that's going to be connecting, networking with us, coming together. They're called Sub 2 Crew. They bring anywhere about 50 to 60 plus people to their meetups every single month. So it's going to be really interesting and fun to collab with multiple meetups. So if you're local to the Orlando, Florida market, make sure you check out the information here on the calendar. And as well on Thursday, you'll have your call with Javier, which is anything real estate related. So if you need help underwriting a deal to make sure it is profitable, if you need help finding a deal, working leads and best ways to negotiate your leads, if you need to raise money, raise capital for your deal, you want to, bring in partners and JV with folks, this is the call to stop by and go talk to Javier. He is the expert around everything real estate. And then, of course, this goes down every single week. So you can see that here. Any calls that get canceled, we will update this calendar. Some of you did not know this, but the other day I went through and I got rid of about 15 to 20 folks in the level 1 spectator. So if you're a level 1 spectator still, which there's about 69% of you in the group right now that are, each and every week I will be going through and removing a handful of folks that are not participating in the group. And you want to participate in the group, the best way to do it is to head over to the Start Here tab on the main page and look at the maximizing your experience in the Be Bold Invest community. Please watch this video. This video here will give you some insights on how to take full advantage of this group while you're here. There will also be another post. I forget which one I put it under. I think maybe it's under announcements. Yes, it's under announcements. So I made this post a couple days ago announcing to everyone that we're going to be doing member removal for folks that are not taking action, that are not engaging and participating and helping this community continue to grow. Please go through this post, watch it as well too. This video, when you watch this video, it'll take you back to that post, but ultimately I'd like you to leave a comment on this post. As you know, there's an action completed for me. Basically, once you comment on this post, it'll show on your side action needed and it'll be red. But once you comment, it'll say action completed. And so two things that it does. One, it gets you to engage. Again, school is a place to gamify so you can get your members to engage with posts and be active in the group. And two, it helps you get points. So if you're someone that's stuck in level 1 and you need about 5 points to get out of level 1, you get points by posting content and getting comments on your posts. You also get points when you comment on other people's posts and people comment on your comment. So even if you don't create a post and you want to just engage with a conversation, you can jump into anybody's posts, leave a comment, and someone will come back and leave a comment if the comment that you leave is thoughtful. 9 times out of 10, or actually 10 times out of 10, the person who made the post is most likely going to come back and engage with you and comment back with you because they're excited someone's on their post leaving comments. So you can get 5 points easily, get out of level 1 in just a couple minutes. So for those of you that are sitting in that level 1 spectator spot right here, please do this task over the next several weeks. I'm going to be weaning out anybody who's not out of level 1. I think it's just not unreasonable. It's there's a word that I heard the other day. It's a very simple word, but it's I'll remember it and I'll get onto it next. But everybody should be out of level 1 in this group. We're a very small group. Everyone's here for similar reasons. All you need to do is make a couple comments and you'll be out of it. And after that, I'm not really going to hold you to the higher standard anymore. If you stay in level 2, then great. But please, let's get yourselves out of level one. Um, let's see. I think that's pretty much it for State of the Union on like what's going on in the community. Obviously, today's call, Tech Savvy Tuesday. What I had in mind today was I was actually going to go over my content distribution SOP that I have and that I use for our VA. And I wanted to give everybody an insight on what it is we do and actually walk you through not only the step-by-step process that our VAs are using to get our content out, and saving us hours of having to do and sit behind the computer and watch and do the tasks. These are tasks that typically are they're split up into two categories. You have hourly tasks and non-hourly tasks. And what that means is if it's a task that an hourly wage person can do, then you want to go hire a VA, someone that's hourly, find a good rate, create an SOP document like you see here on my screen, create some videos to go with it. I use the software Loom. Loom is one of the best ones out there. It's what I use. It's great. I have hundreds of videos on Loom. I also used Loom for teaching clients as well, sending them video responses and helping them get through their questions. So Loom is a great software to use, very reliable, 90% of the time. But then you hand this off, you train your VA, and most VAs nowadays, that's what they love doing. They understand SOPs, they understand following in directions and doing these smaller tasks that really, it's more a time consuming task. So if you're asking yourself, wow, if I could get rid of, 20 hours of admin work in your business, whether it's content distribution, whether it's writing in numbers, taking in notes, or adding notes to client files, there's so many things that you do in your business that are administrative tasks that you're like, I just don't like, man, could you do if you had those 20 hours back? And maybe, yes, you have to invest a little money, but nowadays, Javier especially has a great training on where and how to find VAs and hire the VAs. And once you find a good VA, which we'll talk about our VA here in a second, we brought on a new VA for this specific task, and she's actually living up to the hype that we're looking for in this role. And we're only paying, and I want everybody to guess in the chat real quick. I know Sabine, you're here with me today, but if you're not here live, in the replay of this, I'd love to know on the replay, how much do you think we're paying our VA? It's ridiculous. I'm not going to tell you guys right now, but I want to hear from you guys on the chat and the comments on this video. What do you think we're paying our VA? And be specific too. Is it $9 an hour, $15 an hour, $22 an hour? We're going to go through this SOP real quick, and I'm going to show you how I put it together so you have an idea of what you can be doing in your business to create an SOP and then apply it to your business. But what I'll do is anybody who comments the correct answer or the closest to the correct answer, then I'll reach out to you privately in a direct message on School, and we'll set up something cool and give you a nice cool prize. Maybe there's a book out there. I think it's called The Power of One. It's a great book. I have a copy. Maybe I give a book. I'll give that person a book. So when this video drops, you're probably seeing it right now on YouTube. Just leave a comment down below. What price do you think we're paying our VA to do this specific content SOP? Yeah, great. Yeah, great, Sabine. Yeah, this is perfect. So this is actually geared toward directly for Opus Clips is what we use. But step number one is identifying the task that takes you hours to do that you're just like, it's just click and move and insert, click and move and insert. And there's not too much skill involved, right? So let me take back, there's hourly based and there's skill based pay. Hourly based, you should be able to create an SOP and pawn it off to a VA as soon as possible. Get that time back for yourself, your business, so you can be working towards other parts of your business that it basically can generate more revenue, more money-making activities that are greater than sitting behind the computer and doing a 3-hour task where you're like, man, I wish I would use those 3 hours to create a VSL script for an upcoming video funnel, or creating, 6 or 7 powerful emails that I can add to my nurture sequence, or actually shooting other content that I need to shoot that needs to get recorded so I can get it out to the world to get more traffic and more eyeballs. That's step number one, is identifying a task that is a hourly task that anybody can really do. It doesn't take skill to do it. It does take, what's the word I'm looking for? Competence. You need to have some competence to a degree, but for the most part, most people can complete this task here with just enough competence. So this is the content post-production distribution SOP. And what I'll do for all the folks here in school, if you'd like a copy of this, I'll add a copy of this down below this video in the school presentation in the school classroom once this is live. And you can just make a copy of this and adjust it best to your needs, add your own videos into it, and you'll see what I mean by that. Add your own links and Google Drive links for your VAs to access. So that way, most of the SOP is basically done for you. Now, once you've identified the task that at hand that is needed to be done, then we need to go through a step-by-step process that you would do in order to complete the task. And again, as simple, this is very, very simple. You just go right down the list and be as specific as possible, because remember, you have to imagine you're handing this off to someone and you're not really going to train them to a degree. They should be able to go through this and understand the instructions without really having to do training. You may create a couple videos to go with it, so it's easier to do a walkthrough video. But that's the thought process of every step, right? So you'll see here how detailed this really is, right? So I lead off with, please read thoroughly and watch this video for a complete walkthrough to ensure the following and the are following the proper SOP protocol. So this video here is actually a Loom video that I created. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. All right, team, in this SOP, this is I want to go full screen. Oh, no, I don't want to go full screen. I was hoping it would take me off site, but sometimes it doesn't do that. Maybe if I hit the link. Okay, so this will take them over to Loom. But I wanted to point out that over here in Loom, created this 3 months ago. You can set and adjust the speed under the settings. So when someone is watching the video, let's see. Settings. Nope, that didn't work. There is a button you can push to. Oh, I know why. I don't think this is under my Loom account. Anyways, audience. There we go. Sometimes I get lost. Under settings, audience, you can change the recommended speed you'd want somebody to watch this, so that way they can get through the video faster. I find that very helpful because sometimes we can listen a lot faster. And if we just keep it simple, and some people don't speed up to listen, but they saved about a minute by watching it. But this is a 5.5-minute video of me walking through the actual SOP. So it gives them the exact steps they need to take, and even an example to go through it. Now, you don't create this video until after you've written out everything and applied everything. So, because that's sometimes a question. Well, like, how do I create this video if I don't have any of this stuff written out? Well, we write this top statement here, knowing in the future, once it's done and you're ready to record your video, this is where you'll put the video link, and you just highlight it, you'll add a link and drop in the Loom video link. Number one, what do they need to have access to right away to get the job done? What communication is very key. So your VAs need to be a part of your Slack thread or any kind of team channels that they're going to be in. So when you announce a project, then they can get the project notification and execute on the SOP. So one is they need to install Slack on their phone or device and turn on notifications. Then part of our protocol on SOP is they need to select an emoji they like to claim as their identifier to let us know that they've seen the completed project post thread. Now, what that means is now we're going to jump over to Slack. So this is a recent project that our VA just completed. You can customize how you would post something like this to your VA, wherever you're doing monday.com or Slack. But this is how we have it for our content distribution: is we have the date and name of the project. We have a link directly to the folder where the project is. We tag the VA who's in the Slack channel, and then we have a list of tasks for this project. Now, the list of tasks for the project will have a plus symbol, this play symbol, as what needs to get done. And then as they get done and the VA updates me on the project, then I come back through and I verify the work was complete. And then I edit the post and change them to check marks, so I know what's been done already. And so what you'll see here is these are all the tasks that need to be completed as part of our SOP, which is outlined in the content SOP, how to get those tasks done. But this is the first step: is a project is posted, we put project work time, and then when is the project due? And then of course I CC Javier, so he's aware of which videos are up, which videos are completing. And when and so the identifier that Lila has picked is this kind of swoosh star. So Javier likes the muscles, and I like the sunglasses smiley, the sunglasses cool chill face. So picking the identifier in communications on a team channel in Slack, this is a great way to let us know and let other team members know that they've seen your comment or they've seen your post. We try to stay as best as possible with this, so that way we're not waiting for someone to say, oh, well, did Lila get the message? Did Lila get the project? What's going on? So to speed up the process and be more efficient, instead of her having to respond to the post all the time, she can literally just put her emoji identifier on it, and we know, okay, she saw the post. She's gonna get, she's gonna come in and she's seen it. We don't have to keep pinging her for it. That's step number one. Um, Big red, all communication for each project shall be conducted in the thread under the main project. So what you can see here is that we have 23 replies to this thread, because when you jump into the content distribution channel itself, we don't want too much chatter in the channel, because this is where all of our projects are posted. So as I scroll up and you're seeing some of our previous projects, there is some chatter in between, but typically we try to keep it as low as possible. And so what you'll see is you'll see more of projects versus chatter. And for an example, right, this was a project that was completed a while ago. We had 2 replies on it. It was a very simple project. Boom, done. And this was one of our other VAs that completed this project. As you scroll down, same thing. This project here, 27 replies. Some projects, there's a lot more questions to it. So the response and the communications for that specific project in Slack stays under that thread. It just helps with the organization and the flow of the channel. So here's another project that's not fully completed yet, right? We still have some parts of this video to be completed. So they stay there and they stay pinned to the channel. So this is very, very important for folks to know and understand that. Let's see. Boom. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so there's a thread, and so that's Slack. Gotta have Slack. All right. Next is accounts they need access to. So in order for a VA to complete the tasks at hand, they need to have access to everything that they need access to complete the project. So we have Google Drive is what we use. So they need to accept the editor access via email. We've added their email to the folder. So we send that over. We send them over to the link itself where the videos are being stored. They need to get access to our software. So we use Opus Clips. So we send over a LastPass login so they can get into Opus Clips. Who do they get the access from? This will be great when they join on the team and they get access the first time. They pretty much don't need access after that. YouTube channel, manager access for myself, TikTok, and Instagram and Facebook. Some of the other channels that they're posting to are going to be from Javier, because he owns the main login and passwords for those channels for posting. Any other software they need access to, add that to this list here, right? Think in your head, what else are they going to be posting to? What else do they need? Is there a website for a blog? However you have them disseminating the content, they need to have access to it. Once you have full access to the account, you can successfully distribute the videos that are ready for distributing these steps. So I'll update that. Step 1. And so now here are the steps. Once they have access to everything, now they've got a project. Here's step 1. So step 1 is going to be downloading the raw video footage from the raw video footage file. So in the post, you'll see that I have the date and the name at the top of the post, part 1 ready for distribution. Now, if we jump into our files, you have raw footage here. We just switched over from Dropbox to Google, so you're not going to see all of our files. I can show you what we've already done in the past, but what we found is Dropbox doesn't allow users to share your file storage. They require the user, whoever gets access to that folder, to have the same amount of Dropbox storage file in order to operate. I think it's ridiculous. I've been using Dropbox for years. I didn't know this was a thing. And so I have like 2 or 3 terabytes on Dropbox for all of our files, and our VAs are having to buy more storage on their side to access those files, because I have, a terabyte or 2 worth of videos over on Dropbox, and they don't have the terabyte package, the 2 terabyte package. So now they have to buy the 2 terabyte package to access one file or one video project on Dropbox. I think it was stupid. So we're moving all of our SOP operations through Google Drive, because anybody can access Google Drive, but they're not required to have the same amount of file storage to access these folders, which again, Dropbox, this is, fix that. I've always liked Dropbox, but you know what? Google Drive, it's the same concept. So here's our raw footage folder. This is the project 9/19/24. So if we come back here, 9/9, oh, that should have been 9/14. Okay, so yeah, so these should have been 9/19/24. So obviously the folder was named wrong. So we'll open this, we'll rename it to 14. The good news is we didn't have a lot in here. So that was something our VA probably caught and did okay. They'll grab the two files. These are two different files. They're going to download them to their desktop. And then they're going to edit the footage and remove any unnecessary white space from the video. So what is white space? That's the front of the video and the back of the video. Any part of the front or back of the video, typically there's dead white space leading up to getting people into the video. They are, it's just maybe noise, chatter. It's not the intro or the outro. So just go in, do a quick little edit, get it out of there. Good news is we have a VA that does that. So part of the SOP process. You might need to ask the VAs, are they comfortable completing these tasks? Do they have this small skill set to do that? Most people here have a small free software to chop off and just cut and remove parts of a video. We're not asking for high level edits. So step one. Step two is upload the edited video into the edited ready for syndication folder. The reason why is because now that's the video that's final, ready to go to other areas. Then we'll run the file through Opus Clips. And so we have a walkthrough video right here on how to run the file through Opus Clips. Now this video may be a little bit longer, but then they jump over to Opus Clips and you'll see here, they'll run the file through Opus Clips and it'll generate our clips for each video. This is amazing, right? I strongly believe Opus Clips and other softwares like Opus Clips are great for getting clips for your videos naturally by AI and creating captions and cool B-roll if you'd like to use the B-roll and get it out to your channels. And this is the one thing we've been using not only on my personal channel, but also on Javier's channel. And he's grown in the last year. So we'll start 2024. He's grown over 595 subscribers just from creating long form content and putting clips out daily. 3 to 5 clips get posted every single day. And he's grown over 595 subscribers organically. We're not driving any traffic, doing nothing. We are just doing clips. But Opus Clips is my recommended thing. If you'd like to get a copy of Opus Clips, we'll leave a link down below for you to go check out a copy. I have an affiliate link, so it would be credited to us just as a disclaimer. But Opus Clips, we use it every day. As you can see, I've already bought 2 rounds of timing and hours for Opus Clips. This is my second set, but if you want to see what they cost, you have the pro plan, pro credits. We have 48 hours. If I add more credits, you'll see the price pack here. It'll give you for a full year. I paid $115 for 50 hours, but you can go as high as 54,000 hours, which would be a lot of money. Again, there are businesses out there that they're again switching over to an agency. If I was an agency doing clips for a business and I wanted to streamline this process for people who have long form content, I would pay $1,700 for the year and I'd have enough time to use this software to clip up other people's, other clients' work. But get the package that you like best. I think you get some free credits in the beginning and it resets every few months or every month, but Opus Clips is the way to go. Then once they get the Opus Clips running, they can run over and upload the full video to YouTube and apply the SEO optimization. That uploads to YouTube. We have an SEO optimization walkthrough video, very similar to the conversation we had a couple weeks ago about SEO and optimizing YouTube. This is the actual video I created and the steps on how to complete the SEO optimization. Then we need to create a YouTube thumbnail. YouTube thumbnail video to watch, but then I also have a link to our actual Canva project with all of our thumbnails we like to keep in Canva. So for those of you out there that are doing thumbnails and you want to keep a copy of every single thumbnail you have, you'll see right here, this is our VA's most recent work. But what you'll notice is like this file has 50 plus maybe thumbnails in it because this is where we actually keep all of our previous designs. Now it's going to take some time to load, but you'll see here as I scroll back up, anything we ever created for Javier, it stays in one Canva project because most of the formatted designs are just like this. And you'll see over time, our thumbnail style evolved over time, trying to find that brand, that identity, what it is. And as you're seeing, it's changing again because we have a new VA on board doing this, and as part of her task, seeing how well she can do thumbnails. And so far, the branding has changed just a bit, but the thumbnails are working for what we're looking for. And so we haven't had any issues and no complaints. It's hard to complain about thumbnails, but the essence of what makes a good thumbnail is standing out, especially when you know what you need to do. So that's part of the SOP. Give her access to the file, and it's a great way to keep it there. Then we want to download all the Opus clips, which is actually how to do that here in the walkthrough video. It talks about the download. Then we want to upload the Opus clips to the Google Drive under a new folder. Then we have the folder naming convention example. So that way all the folders stay the same. Date plus name plus project. And so for an example would be the date, the name of the project. Oops, don't want to move that. Upload all the clips to YouTube's Javier's channel. So we have a video on how to do that, short video. Then we want to schedule each of the clips. And so we have two scheduling walkthroughs because we have version 1 and version 2. I can't remember why we have two versions, but we have them here anyways. But we want to watch these, and the VA will watch both of them, and they will get an understanding of what we're looking to do for the shorts being scheduled. And to give you an example, she just finished two of our projects, and now Javier has clips scheduled out to, I'll look up here real quick. He's got clips scheduled out to October 12th. So every day up until October 12th, which is, three weeks away, we're going to have clips going out to YouTube scheduled, ready to go. So that means he's going to stay active in the algorithm for YouTube, and he's going to continue to grow. And a lot of our subscribers are coming from clips that Opus Clips has created. So let me look at the chat real quick. I see there's some stuff coming in. Sabine's going to get her VA to watch this video, actually go through the SOP. I love it. Yes, please do. This is, again, by far the best thing to do. She loves Google as well. Yep, Trello cards, another way to do it as well. Trello is another great software if you know how to use it properly. Trello cards can act as a way to move cards through a project. Love it as well. And now here's a question. When you do a webinar like today and screen share your camera, the clip looks really weird. Is there a way to improve how it looks? Not necessarily. There's not actually. The only recommendation I could do, now that you've brought that up, that makes total sense. The only thing that I can consider thinking of doing is turning off the videos and just doing the screen share. Because right now I think I have my video up. If I were to turn off the video and only did the screen share, then that would work better because you're only capturing the screen share and the audio voice, not your face. So I have played with that in the past, but I always forget to do that on my Tuesday calls, and it is a little weird. So what I would do personally is when the VA goes through the clips, let's see if I can find an old one in here. I don't know if I have an old one that doesn't show a replay. Let's do pad split mini course. Maybe this one. When you open up a video, so like this one here, right? So we didn't have a VA do these at all. We just uploaded them and put them there. But if I wanted to come into Opus Clips, I would hit edit clip. And instead of having, because the AI finds the face and the audio and some of the movement. But what typically happens is as you can see where Javier has his face on the screen and what he's looking at, it's not the best setup. So once this resource, take a moment. Yeah. Okay. So once this loads, we'll go through this, especially for your vertical clips. So anytime you're doing vertical clips like this, it's not allowing me to edit right now because it's trying to pull from the database. But what I would do is I would slide the frame over to the actual document and not show his face. So that's what I would do. All right, so it's not picking up the original video, so it didn't either save, whatever the case may be. But that's what I would do post edit. Let's see if there's any, maybe this one here. Nope, that's one of our walkthroughs. Let's see, do we have people podcast? Yeah, so we don't, we have saved projects, but no, that's another project where we have regular view. Maybe this one. Nope. So the naming conventions are a little bit harder, but let's see what this one is. Nope, that's a. Gotta love it. Maybe image. Nope. Well, I was hoping that, like, that would have been the best one to use as an example. Be both call and class, how to use other people's money, complete a trans. No. So that's what I would do is this one's not loading, but when you get into a project, let's use this one as an example. Okay, so we'll use this one as an example where we have multiple people on screen and someone's talking. When I hit edit clip, I want to show you the function of Opus clips. And again, I have a whole video that walks through editing a video. For a vertical post like this, when I'm on a specific cut, I can double click the foreground or the background and it allows me to move where I want the video to be at on the original clip. So for what Sabine asked is if when you're doing a webinar like this and you have your video showing right now, so right now we have the video panel up, it's going to capture the full screen plus the video panel. What I would recommend is one, just turn off the video panel so the AI doesn't detect my face and audio because it's going to try to capture the two things and just have the frame over the document. So imagine my document would be right here so it could see more of what I'm talking about. But that's the best way for Opus clips. Let me get through the rest of this, Sabine, and we'll open the floor up for questions. Okay, so then we have scheduled clips on TikTok, Instagram, walkthrough videos for those as well. Scheduling clips on Facebook. We didn't have a walkthrough video for that yet. And then once scheduling is complete, please tag Javier and Matthew in the Javier Paredes content distribution channel project thread. I have an example thread of what to look for, letting us know the project's complete, and then log your hours on the project and the invoice and submit them to me via DM. So on this project here, she's actually completed with the project. I needed to go back and right here, yeah. So project completed. So I've already double checked her work and that last task was complete. So I'm going to come in here and edit. We're just going to come over here, copy a green, hit check mark. Then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do complete and hit save. And once I can hit complete and save, what the last thing I like to do is I like to unpin it because it's not an active project. So we unpin from the channel. So if we come up here to our pins, we can see any of our active projects up, easier to jump to real quickly. But yeah, that is the project SOP for content distribution for Javier and what we do here. But the framework and understanding how to create an SOP, now that you've walked through and created all the steps, then you go back and create all the videos needed to go with each of the steps. So as you can see here, there's how many videos we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos that I had to create to include in this SOP project for a VA to come in and learn and distribute. And then you have the main one. Once you've gone through all of this, you've created all the videos for each of the steps, then you come back and create your final walkthrough video on how to execute the SOP. So when you're just like today, this was kind of like I could clip this and send it off to the VA, right? Because I walk through the SOP step by step. And then from there, as they have questions on each of them, a lot of the conversations on some of the projects are her asking questions to clarify how to execute the SOP. And so that's how to create an SOP. You can make it for any of your hourly based tasks. So step 1, identify what it needs. And then step 2, create. And then step 3, execute, create your walkthrough videos. So with that being said, floor is open. And how's your day going so far, Sabine?
Hey, thanks, Matt. That was so perfect. Because my VA was asking me, what do you need me to do on Opus Clip? I'm like, yeah. So this is really, really cool. Because I do want to get obviously the YouTube set up as well. And I seem to have won 2 prizes this week. One with
Yeah,
you, one in another group as well.
there we
That's
go.
really so cool. Great
Yeah,
week.
absolutely. I think I sent you a link to my schedule. So whenever you're ready to set that up, you feel like you're ready to launch that.
Yeah.
We can just set a time, get on my calendar. But yeah, one, congratulations on winning, but you participated, you took action. There's folks in here and in other places that they miss 100% of the shots they don't take. And so you went on, you went and applied for the giveaway, very simple, which was just leave any kind of comment on my YouTube channel, that video, and I was just going to pick a random comment and they were going to win the prize. But yeah, Opus Clips, yeah, and you understand SOPs to a degree, but when you have a new thing you're doing in your business, you have to obviously complete the tasks first. But then once you realize, like, okay, I don't need to be doing this anymore, I have other uh, or more important money making activities I could be handling and not being so stressed. And this is what a lot of business owners do, not necessarily you, but just across the board, the folks that I've spoken to over the years, is they do. And again, I'm at fault of this as well. So I'll put my name in there. There's from time to time, it's like, oh, I'd rather just do it myself because I know what to do and I can get it done and I don't have to worry about it and stress about it and manage somebody else and them messing up and this, that, and the third. But what tends to happen is you start to stack those up over the year. And before you know it, you're so bogged down by administrative tasks and an hourly based task that you're like, I have no time to grow the business. I have no time for myself, really, like to like relax. Like, why am I building this 6, 7, 8 figure business? But then I'm bogged down by uploading Opus clips to all my channels, right? Like that just I like, oh man, like I can't even take a vacation, right? So this is very important for folks like Sabine and other folks that are really trying to grow business, but also automate a lot of it and really make sure it runs when you're not there. So again, we are the risk takers doing everything needed to generate the business and the revenue. And there are people out there that don't like taking high levels of risks. I think the definition of an entrepreneur is someone who takes high levels of monetary risks. Like they're risking monetary stuff all the time, but they are okay with that level of risk. And then you have folks out there that are just happy with, again, not to knock anybody that's doing a 9 to 5 or an hourly job, that's just what they're comfortable with, and that's okay. They're less risk adverse. They don't want to be in that situation. They don't want to manage people. They don't want to fail to a degree, because all entrepreneurship is really just failing forward. Every day it's, okay, what did I fail out yesterday? Let me get better today. Which email didn't hit its open rate? Let me go fix it and relaunch it again, right? Which funnel flopped, and oh, here's a sales call that I had to take and I didn't win. I wasn't able to convert the client. So now I have to do, it's a lot of failing forward. And so, but it's needed to run a business. And I've been fortunate enough to be a part of a couple businesses as a coach to see the back end of some of these higher level businesses, and they've got big teams for the most part around administrative stuff. When it comes to the skill based, the execution, the coaching, mentorship, stuff like that, it's more skill based. But the hourly based stuff is a lot of VAs doing all the administrative stuff, making sure replays get up in time. Another SOP I need to create, again, when I say I raise my hand, because I currently need to create an SOP for our VA to make sure all of our replays each week get added to school with the proper information, the notes, it's uploaded to YouTube properly, right? So, because right now I'm doing it, but we're not doing it at a high frequency to where it's like it's not a big task for me. But once she has familiarized with the scheduling, the main part of Javier's business and traffic, then we can add on other projects for her to do, and eventually we just show up. We just are here to give back and advise. So I fall in that same category with folks out there. If that's you and you're constantly putting it off to the side, hopefully this video today will give you kind of the nudge you need and the permission you need to go make that SOP, because I need to make this SOP today so I can start getting her to understand how to get our videos, our weekly calls into the classroom on time and then disseminated properly across the channels.
I have a question in regards to your notes and call to actions for the YouTube shorts. Do you have an formula for that, or put that into your SOP as well, so that you don't have to go in and check that over again and again? So there's a bunch of links on the bottom, call to action, and so on.
Yeah, so in YouTube, you have settings for default upload. So once someone uploads a video, whether it's a short and or a full video, there's a default that'll have anything you want to save there. So I'll bring it up and show you. Great question, by the way. So what you'll see here is these are all of our shorts scheduled out to October 12th. If I go to settings and I hit default, upload defaults, we already have a default for what we want in there. So we have default call to actions, default links to all of our softwares, where to follow us, um, anything, our disclaimer, fair use stuff, things to just try to keep ourselves as safe as possible. And then we have default tags that are automatically added to it as well. So anytime a video is uploaded, it's automatically added to the video. Then there's advanced settings you can do to turn on some of the other stuff, but this is where we have it. Then for
Okay, so you
shorts,
just add that in the beginning.
correct. So yeah, once you have that set and you've made that for the first time, and again, that will change. You'll always optimize that. So all these videos she uploaded, you can see here, it's already in the video.
Mhm.
So our description is already set and our tags are already set. Now, could we go a step further and have her optimize the tags for each of these? Yes, but with YouTube Shorts, tags aren't as relevant or as important as more of the title and the content itself. So, but if someone's looking at the short, they can see the information in here and then go from there. Now, when we're doing the full video, this is important, we actually go a step further. And as you can see, we've got videos scheduled out to October 7th. We'll come in here, you'll see we have a description and chapters added because this is, optimizing the video for better search engine rankings. You want to have chapters and a description. There's a few other best practices like thumbnails, adding it to a playlist, making sure you have relevant tags in there as well. And again, TubeBuddy is what we use. TubeBuddy has best practices. We've got 8 out of 9 best practices done, which means we have more tags in our title, captions, in-screen, info cards, playlists, chapters, titles between 27 characters. It's not live yet, so we can't get a like on Facebook, but once we do, we'll get that. But and we use TubeBuddy because this is a TubeBuddy plugin. So we have, a lot of different tools TubeBuddy allows us to use. So we have the SEO Studio, the caption services. You can do templated stuff. It really makes and streamlines the process. But each full video will have this. This stuff is already pre-added. And then if there's anything we need to add for the video, if there's something else we've referenced that we want to add, then we'll make sure it's in the notes on the project itself.
How do you get the chapters? Is that through
Yeah,
Opus Clip?
so the way chapters works on YouTube is you can do here, I'll just bring it back up again. So chapters, the way chapters work is you'll have an option on there. It'll say do chapters. Like it'll say, would you like to add chapters? So down here at the bottom, you'll see add chapters. And again, TubeBuddy has a plugin for this. I don't know if you can do chapters without TubeBuddy unless you do it like this, where you do a timestamp. You do your own timestamp. But when you do add chapters with TubeBuddy, it actually brings up this pop-up.
Hey guys.
And it allows us to jump through the video. And when we jump to the video, we hit this plus button and then it'll create the chapter. It'll create the timestamp, and then we have to add a title. And so the typical way that I do it is I move it every 5 to 10 minutes or so. As you can see here, we have, the introduction, we have a 5-minute, 10-minute, 13, 25, 30. So we kind of space it out a bit. Listen to it for a little bit, then hit the plus button and then write a quick little part of what that is. Then we copy it to the clipboard or add it to the video, and then we paste it right under the description. But typically you can do it manually by just typing in the time and then the title. But TubeBuddy, like I said, it gives you that option. I've used TubeBuddy for years now, so I don't know if there is even an option if you don't have TubeBuddy installed. I don't know if there's an add chapters button for non-TubeBuddy folks. But that's how you would add chapters.
Awesome. Thank you. So much more I need to learn about YouTube. And that's
Yeah.
for sure. It's like getting started somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, think of it as any platform you're learning to use as a traffic source, whether you're doing paid or organic. You just got to learn what the best practices are for those channels.
Yeah.
And once you learn them, again, you know, I love hosting these calls and I answer these questions. I've done it so many times and they are very simple and easy to understand. It's so once you've done it 5 times, you know it. And once you've done it across multiple channels, you know, you end up becoming an expert on it because it's like it's the same thing. And then you just, you know, keep your eye out to any platform updates like Instagram, for instance. Instagram likes to change their algorithm and their optimize like what's best and optimized all the time. So one day reels are what's getting you in front of more eyeballs organically, and then the next day it's carousel photos, right? You know, and then the next day it's comments. You know, posts that get a lot of comments are going to get more views. But YouTube is pretty, you know, hey, this is the thing. We know our end user, they're on YouTube searching how to do stuff. So when you learn about titles, creating titles that say how to do certain task, great titles, because that's usually what's search all the time. Um, and review titles are great titles as well too, you know. So if you're doing a certain project, you know, what is or not even review products, people are trying to find what is pad split, what is real estate investing, what is digital marketing, what is opus clips. The what is and the how to starters for titles are fire for YouTube because that's YouTube. I use YouTube for that reason. It's a search engine for me. You know, yeah, there's entertainment and there's people I'm subscribed to and I like to see their daily stuff. But when I'm trying to say like, um, I did a recent project in my kitchen, DIY project to fix the crown molding in my kitchen. And I was like, you know, what tool do I use? What's the best tool nail gun to use for my crown molding, my baseboard, right? So what tool? Boom.
Yeah.
Videos. Then I watched how they did it and it allowed me when I went out to go buy the tool and do the project. I'm a big time visual learner. So I saw them doing their project and I could see like what they did. Like, all right, cool. I got this. This is easy. I can do this. So that's another tip as well for YouTube when you're creating titles. Sometimes people want to get very like, oh, this is exactly what the video is about. And it's not, people aren't searching that, you're in trouble. It could be a great video, but if people aren't searching any of those keywords in the title, they're not going to find your video, which means they're not going to find you, which means they're not going to hear your voice, see your face, and take action on any call to actions you have in the video or anything in the description. So you're losing out on all that traffic. So yeah, YouTube. If you and others here plan on doing YouTube as your platform, you got to learn the best practices so that way you optimize every effort.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great one. Because I was just thinking about a series of webinars that I want to run.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm thinking, okay, what's the best title? Maybe the title for the webinar maybe slightly different than what it will be on YouTube because I'm just thinking because I don't think I'm gonna kind of give exactly the same titles when I'm
Yeah.
doing like an opt-in. It's just sort of having to think through this.
Yeah. And so what we'll do here is I'm going to this is how I search for titles.
Mm.
So we're gonna lower this. We're gonna go there. We're gonna go to YouTube. What's the what's one of the webinars? What's the main outcome or focus of the talk?
Yeah, yeah. So one webinar I'm running already is called Create and Fill Your Evergreen Webinars.
Got it. So um how to create an evergreen webinar. Now you can see that evergreen. Remember, this is part of the SEO training that I did. Use the tool to find your videos.
Mm.
So evergreen webinar pops, it's suggesting it. Like that's how to create an evergreen webinar. That would be the title.
Mm.
Now, when you select it, I don't have TubeBuddy installed on this browser, or I thought I did. No, it says sign in. I don't have it. If I switch to the other browser, it's going to give me some search rankings up here and tell me if this is something people are searching for. But what you'll notice is now you can get inspiration for what other people are doing, their thumbnails, things to that nature. But actually, let me show you where with the TubeBuddy plugin. This is why I love TubeBuddy. So we'll do the
Mm.
same thing over on
You
TubeBuddy.
should actually do it the other way around. Search first and then create the your talk according
Of
to what
course,
people are
yes.
looking for.
Actually, yes. Searching, excuse me. Searching first really is important. Um, that's part of your that's part of like the strategy. So we're going to do how to create an evergreen webinar. Um, we have TubeBuddy loaded up, so you're going to see it's going to start loading over here. But this is the importance of having data aggregators like TubeBuddy, because once you plug it in, now we have a score over here. So you have search volume. So it's good, and the competition is good, and it's a 61 out of 100, which means like this is something that people are searching for right now. You know this because you're in the space. I know this, but everyone's doing webinars, funnels. People are becoming more comfortable and confident moving their businesses or starting businesses online. And webinars and funnels, they go hand in hand. And everybody that it's the Fletcher method is just another funnel training. There's some different nuances to it on creating the execution and the modality and the vehicle in which it's created, like the 9-step system. But so now when you can come through here, you can also see like, okay, well, who's got the most views? So maybe I filter views. Where are my views? View count. So now I have 2 years ago, how to create a sales funnel for free step-by-step tutorial 2 years ago. Yeah, and that had 213,000 views. You have Neil Patel, 113,000 views. How to build an email list fast for free. My secrets to reaching 270K plus. You have some sponsored stuff in here. You have this gentleman, 95,000, 51,000. So you're getting an understanding of like, okay, well, you hear me say this all the time, right? Don't reinvent the wheel, right?
Mm.
Don't try to create something from scratch. You know, be good at what you know how to do, then make iterations off other folks that are doing it already. Everything that they talk about in all those videos, if I watch every single one of them, they're going to lay out the same principles that, I've shared with you from time to time, you share with other business owners from time to time. It's topic, traffic, build brand likeness, capture information, convert into customer. Boom, boom, boom. That's to the end of time. The modality and the vehicles in which you use are different for everybody because people get bogged down by the nonsense like, oh, like should I use ClickFunnels or should I use Go High Level? Either one works. They complete any, it's, well, what do I say? Okay, now we have to brainstorm and find, well, what's good topics to talk about, right? So that's where the doing research a little bit will help. But as you can
Mm.
tell here, based on the score calculator, it's a good search volume and it's a good competition, which it's not
I
static.
didn't see the score calculator because you may have not shared the correct screen. I'm just wondering because you were still on the on the evergreen one.
Oh, that makes total sense. Here
Oh,
we go.
there we go. Yeah.
There we go. Thank you. So for everybody here, this is when you have TubeBuddy installed, like we have on
Mm.
Javier's account. Inside the browser, you have to have TubeBuddy load as the plugin. When you search keywords, it'll bring up a keyword score and it'll give you like what's good. Then it'll have common tags on those videos. Like it does all the work for you. Like I said, when you become a geek on the platform you're trying to be the best at, you want to have tools like this so you can simplify what you're doing, what you're creating. Um, have keyword stats, right? So the most views is 213,000. The least amount of views for a video in this category is 16,000 views. A lot of folks don't have the keywords and titles, and there's nothing been published in the last 7 days. And the top channel is Sabri Subby. So you'd want to go find this person and see what they're doing if that's the top channel. And obviously we don't have any of the videos on here. Oh wait, I want to have all these awesome tags for my videos because these are the ones that are showing high ranking over here. I want to copy those and I'm going to add that to my video in the future. Right?
TubeBuddy used to be an extension on
It's still an
Chrome,
extension. It's still an extension
but
right
now it's
here.
paid because I used to have it for free.
Yeah,
So
it's a paid version now. Yeah, I think it's $19 a month. I've only ever had it when it was paid, but that's how most extensions start, is free, get traction. And then they realize, holy crap, we can, people will pay, 15, $20 for it. I know I
Mm.
do. Like I said, it saves me countless hours if we actually open up TubeBuddy. Let's see.
750 a month for the pro.
Yeah, let's see if we can sign in. I have read agreement. Yeah, I know. I want to see if it'll let me sign into his account. Let's see if it'll work. We'll do Javier. Okay, yeah. So now that I'm in, it'll have, integrations, member perks, affiliate programs, search ranking, health report. You can do competitor scorecard. Uh, what I want to look for is sometimes it'll tell you like how much time you've saved. But like you can see, like you can come in here and look at reports as well too, right? Up, down, engagement's been a lot higher, so that's kind of good for us. Total views, total subscribers, how many uploads, sharing, retention, but channel valuation, I mean that it's probably gonna be nothing because it's not as big. Retention analyzer. No, it's fine. Don't want to do that right now. I want to look at like they used to give us like how much time you've saved since using it. Like that's what I always like. They have some member perks areas, so they have access some free stuff in here as well. So videos and graphics, you can use a lot of the stuff. Services for free or 25% off, mobile apps, trusted providers. So it looks like they've got some partnerships over here as well. But yeah, it used to have, oh, you've saved 10 hours um, by not having to do these tasks because TubeBuddy has done it for you.
Mhm.
I don't know where that's at anymore. Backups and report, exports, no, settings, retention. Yeah, maybe they got rid of it. Of course, there's affiliate program, of course. Um, just like any most software, they obviously want to share about it, and we have our affiliate link in school. But you know, like I said, the way that I use it, the way that we use it for our team, it saves so much time. If people are on YouTube using YouTube as a main traffic source and they don't have a tool like TubeBuddy or something similar, they're just wasting a lot of time. There's a lot of time left on the table they're wasting. It streamlines so many different things faster.
I so when you go to TubeBuddy, there is a free extension there. It's just you have to look for it quite hard.
Yeah.
Download extension. Um,
Oh yeah. They may have that for like for if you want to do research stuff. Yeah, that's
yeah.
true. They may still have that available. Uh, and again, when you're doing research, it'll be great to find out how to create topics. But we don't only use TubeBuddy for the search function. We use TubeBuddy for the execution of chapters, info cards, templates, because you can create templates for each of your videos for chapters and not chapters, in screen and cards, specific cards. And it's one click add to the video instead of having to go to every timestamp and find the right video and add it in.
Yeah, it's more functionality, I guess.
But so for you, right? If you're creating training and it sounds like it's going to be, again, these evergreen deep dive webinar like funnel training, then that most people who are trying to create webinars, they're going to go to YouTube to try to find someone to teach them. And then it's going to come down to, did you get the video optimized to be in the first 10 or 15 videos? Do you have the best thumbnail to attract them in so they stop on your video, right? um because that could make or break. And then again, it comes down to your likeness. Look, some people are amazing and they have great videos, but I just can't stand hearing them talk. It's just, and I'm sure people can say the same thing about me. Like people come to my channel, they see me talk, and they're like, who's this guy? Right? Maybe it's my beard, maybe it's my new haircut, whatever it is. Maybe they don't like it and they just move to the next channel. Maybe my presentation skills aren't great. Like I'm sure you've sat in webinars or places where you're like, oh my God, like I want to learn this stuff, but the person teaching it is so dry. Like, whoa, like help me, please, right? So those are obviously factors that can be taught, but that's how it is. Like, oh, now I came across a bean. I really liked her presentation style. She was straight to the point. She had great graphics. She had good resources that she gave me away for free. Like, oh my God, right? I can understand her and she flows properly. And then before you know it, they watch one full 30 to 45-minute video of you, and now they become raving fans, right? Because you just spent a free 35 minutes that you only had to do it once, but now you do it across multiple people because the power of the internet.
Mm.
So that would be the next thing, right? Is trying to get as ranked as high as possible. If I want to do this test real quick, right? What is pad split question mark? I want to see if it still works. Yep. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry. So I wanted to type it in to see if it still works. So when we did a lot of SEO optimization for Javier stuff, one of them is what is pad split, right? So the search volume is very low. So we had to ask ourselves, like, do we want to keep making pad split content just to put it on YouTube when nobody is searching it? Because it's not really a big concept yet. No one really knows about it. And the competition's high. So many people are making videos about pad split right now. But we're doing pad split right now. A lot of our content centered around pad split because that's the investment strategy Javier is doing. A lot of our videos around pad split have what is pad split in the title. And as you can see right up here at the top, we have non-sponsored videos. We are the third video down. And then if you keep scrolling, we have another video down here. People also watch section, right? And then we scroll a little bit more. Then we have how does pad split work, right? So Javier is showing up a handful of times on the first page, playlist. And so that's very, very important to have multiple videos around one topic on one page, because if they see his face multiple times, they're gonna say, okay, this guy might know what he's talking about. He's there a few times. The importance of optimizing thumbnails, titles, getting all the check marks, because the best practices that come in TubeBuddy when you're filling it out, it's a direct correlation to how YouTube ranks your video. It's not just the keywords, it's how they rank your video. So if your video only has a good title, but no tags, no thumbnail, no cards, no end screen, no description, keywords in the description, you won't pop up at the top of the search when someone searches your video.
And
So yeah,
and all of that is now is that in your checklist, the SOP checklist?
correct.
How to add cards and stuff like that.
Yep. So underneath my SOP checklist, there was the SEO optimization walkthrough. That video, I think, is like a 30-minute video because I walk through each of the steps on how to optimize a YouTube video. The
Oh,
full walk.
it's a VA job.
Yeah, it's a
That's what
VA
I'm
job.
thinking.
Yeah, it is. It totally is.
Yeah.
And so, like I said before, I'm going to grab, I'm going to do a share. I'm going to do anyone with the link can view. I'm going to copy the link and I'll share that with you right now here in the chat. So you can go ahead and you have access to it. If you want to make a copy, boom, I'm going to add this to school. So for anybody watching the video here, you should already see this as a resource down below. Go in, make a copy, and tailor it to your business and what you need your VAs to do for this project. And again, this can be applied to any platform you want them to do it. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Right now, we're heavy on YouTube, and these are our steps for content distribution for YouTube. But if you're doing content distribution on another channel, just make the proper adjustments. I've laid out pretty much the groundwork here for you. Make and adjust what's needed for yourself. Of course, watch the videos so you can kind of see what, oh, okay, I see how he's doing the walkthrough videos. It's a really very simple. Move this button here, click that button there, save this file here, upload the video there. It's literally just screen sharing and voice recording, like a walkthrough of what you're doing, of the task. And then when you go to hire, you can give them the SOP and say, hey, here's our SOP for this task. Review it. Let me know if this is something you feel like you can do. And then they go through and review it and say, yes, this is something I can do. Awesome. Let's set up a call. I have a few more questions before we bring you onto the team, before we hire you. And then you just ask some of the harder questions and make sure you're finding someone that has good work ethic, is discipline, communication style and skill. And then after that, it's okay, pricing, like what you're willing to pay. And so I know for intensive purposes for the giveaway, I'm going to tell everybody I'm going to pick a winner. So leave your comment down below this video how much you think we're paying our VA to do this hourly task that we just walked through today. I'd love to see what everybody thinks we're paying for a task like this per hour. And then the way you do a project is based on what you feel is fair for the hourly work, right? If you feel like, okay, this would have taken me 3 hours to do, then put 3 hours as the required time. Be fair to the VA and to the person who's doing the work. But that's why we try to find the best VAs at the best pricing, that's a whole separate video that we can have Javier talk about, because he does a really good job at vetting the VAs and negotiating pricing. And so if you're wanting to hire VAs for certain parts of your business, stop by Javier or ask it in the group, and Javier and I will do our best to help you navigate those waters. And I think Javier helped one of our local real estate agents, one of our local community members, get a VA for her team to do her YouTube stuff and her Instagram stuff. And she's like, thank God, like, oh my God, I have 15 hours back in my week that I don't have to worry about anymore because I have the VA doing all these tasks that she has been doing, and she's been doing it for too long. She needed the right guidance and mentorship to say, yes, it's time to offload these kind of administrative tasks. It's okay. I know as entrepreneurs, we want to do it all. We want to say it was us and we built it, and we did, and you have. But there are just some things, like a great example would be let's Jeff Bezos. I only say his name because he's one of the biggest businesses and entrepreneurs of our time right now with Amazon. Do you think he's fulfilling orders and handling customer support questions? And not anymore, right? He had to hire out in order to scale Amazon to be this $1 trillion business, $1 billion business, probably. Is it billion, trillions? Yeah, trillions bigger. Um, you have to hire the right people and pay them a fair wage, but also be competitive to make sure you still, have a margin spread. So this is the same thing for you, Sabine, plus others in the community that are building businesses. There are just some things you still need to put off on a task. What I can say is keeping your team lean and not having the stressors of hiring and firing people. VAs, typically when you hire overseas in the Philippines, typically you get one really good VA. They're there for life and they do a great job and they never want to leave because, our dollar, at least the American dollar, I can only imagine the euro dollar, the euro will translate well for them. They want to keep that as much as possible. When I was at the Fletcher Method, we had a VA. I was there for 3 years. She was there for 3 years. She did everything we needed. And I was kind of spoiled because when I went to the next company, they didn't have VAs. They didn't want VAs. They made us do all the administrative work. And I fought hard to say, no, we need to create SOPs, because me doing these smaller tasks is one, it's not my responsibility. Can I do it? Yes, but I could be serving clients. I could be helping them overcome their struggles and their roadblocks, and making sure I'm full capacity to help my list of 50, 60 clients that I had to help. Trying to upload and do administrative work is like, one, I don't want to do it. That's not my skill set. But two is, a disservice to our clients because I wasn't able to be at 100% for my clients because I was so focused on administrative stuff all the time. All right, Sabine, let me real quick before we close out, what's one big takeaway you got from today's call?
So yeah, definitely I don't want to do this. That's a big takeaway. It just goes over my head. I just like to come to the table, teach, give my VA the material, and then she can deal with it and distribute it, literally. So this has been gold, all of it.
Awesome.
And I don't think I'm even gonna try to really understand and learn it because it's just, yeah,
Yeah.
something you can really outsource.
Yeah, it's definitely something you can outsource. My only advice for that is learn enough to be dangerous, but don't dive into the deep end like I have over the years. Where like you ask me a question, I know it because I've been doing it for so long, and I go down the rabbit hole of learning of this kind of stuff. And the reason why I say that is you don't want to put yourself in a position where if you lose that person and you don't know like and you're not,
Mm.
or not even lose that person, if you don't know how to quality control that person, if you don't know what they're doing is actually correct. I saw
Of
this a lot
course.
when I ran my agency, right? Know enough to be dangerous, know enough to understand, like, hey, this doesn't seem right. Like, that's a pretty shoddy thumbnail, right? Or that's a pretty shoddy
Oh yeah,
title,
absolutely.
right?
No, no.
Know just enough to be dangerous, but again, once you understand it and you've done it 2 or 3 times, like I said, it's pretty much today we did another simple deep dive through it. You can
Mm.
tell like once you do it a few times, you're like, okay, I got this. This is not hard. Now create that SOP, find somebody to offload it as soon as possible. But yeah,
I've done numerous. I think I got about 500 YouTube videos on there, and so in my time, I did do some of it. It's just not focusing on building traffic through YouTube. It's just literally me taking replays,
yeah.
put it on there, and then just make it public, and who finds it kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if you've checked out my channel at all lately, but I'm gonna pull it up real quick and show you real quick because a lot of my files actually I think they got corrupted. I've been trying to so when I was with the Fletcher method and with Elite CEOs, I recorded
Yeah.
at least with just Fletcher method. I mean, remember when we went to like 5 days a week?
Oh
I
yeah,
was
we
live
did.
five
Yeah.
days a week.
Yes.
Well, I did that for like 2 years straight. So I have 700 plus group call sessions. Um, okay, where's my channel? um, I found some of the long form videos and I chopped them up into clips. But like these are video, like this video here, and this is my channel, by the way, and I'm just doing the same concept that I'm applying to Javier. If we go to my content, I have my more dedicated videos here, but my shorts, I'm scheduled out to the October 11th. But you can see here some of these videos, these are videos back so far ago. Let's
Mm,
see. That's Esther, if you don't remember Esther, and then
yeah.
I always what's his name? I always forget it. He used to jump on the calls a lot too. But let's see if we can keep going back. What I did was I could take those long form videos and then send it through Opus Clips, and it would create all of these smaller clips for me. That's the beauty of
Mm.
having a bank of all. And I even have clips in here I haven't even. Oh, looks like I haven't even. These are all draft clips. I haven't even posted yet. Oh my God, I thought I posted all these. Okay.
Does Opus
Anyways,
Clip send them over into YouTube, or do you have to manually download and re-upload?
so Opus Clips has some
Mm.
options to where you can automatically take each thing into YouTube from Opus Clips. I haven't done it before just because I think the more, and again, this is just me trying to be more efficient. I think the more efficient and streamlined way to do it is once they've made the clips, download it to computer and then do 15 video upload real quickly to YouTube and it uploads everything right away. I don't know how quick, I haven't timed it or seen how quickly it is to do schedule from Opus Clips to YouTube, do the scheduling. I I don't know if that time equates the same way because you're doing every video individually as
Mm.
we're doing it in bulk. Just hit download on 20 videos, then do upload on YouTube, then go on YouTube and do the
Okay.
scheduling there. I I haven't tried
Mm.
yet, but Opus Clips does have the option for you to schedule across multiple platforms from natively from Opus Clips. But we're not using it right now, so I don't know how valuable it is. But again, you have so many replays already on YouTube. If you have the raw file, the thing is you don't even need the raw file to make clips on Opus. You can grab the YouTube link as long as it's not private. You can plug it right there in Opus Clips. It'll pull the video from YouTube and it'll create clips.
Mm. Oh yeah. Okay,
So
that's
you don't
good.
so you don't even need the raw file. So for me, the problem that I have is all my videos were Zoom calls. I downloaded them and saved them on Dropbox. Well, at least I thought I did. So I never uploaded those to YouTube just to have as like a database. So I can't just like that. That's what I should have done. It's like, man, I should have just had these uploaded, even if they weren't public, didn't have optimization, they would have at least been saved. And then I can always go back and now I could be using this cool, amazing AI tool, which who knew about AI back in
Of
2017, 18? Nobody did.
course.
Um, because that's what's driving our growth. That's what's driving my growth a lot. I have some, like I said, I have regular videos that are long form that are walking across specific steps, but
Mm.
shorts is what's getting people's attention and is what's attributing the
Can
organic.
I can I just share quickly how my clips look? Because I was a bit worried about whether the quality is good enough because I'm gonna do these master classes every week. I
Yeah.
do want to share my screen and my camera because I think
Mhm.
it is about building relationships when I have live attendees there.
Correct.
So if I should share with you how it appears,
Hmm.
this is basically how this is me talking, and then
Yeah.
somehow it just puts over a black sort of box
Yeah.
with the
Yeah. Because the format is landscape, it's the AI is detecting your video and audio.
Mhm,
So it's center when you do a vertical clip, it's centering over your face. So if you hit the edit clip on the right hand side,
mhm,
for clip's sake, for now, my recommendation would be is slide. You have to do this for each of the videos, but when you double click the background on the top, so once that's done, you can exit out of that. That's just a pop up.
oh.
Yeah, there might be. Yeah. If you double click up on the top where yep, double click that. If you double click it, it should give you an option.
Okay. Yeah.
So these webinars may not be the best for clips. So but I would scroll over to the words on the screen,
Mm.
right? Um, that's that. And then
You
now
think that's better?
if you hit apply, you can now watch the new, it'll at least be
Mm.
over part of the screen. So this is a great question, and this is something you have to consider that when creating clips from a webinar, it may not be the most desirable.
Yeah.
Vertical clips now. Um, because that's what YouTube and Reels are doing is vertical clips.
Mm.
But the good news is you can still make clips horizontally. I just don't know how they show up on.
How do you do the horizontal one?
So if we go back to, you don't have to save changes if you don't want
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Just hit the back top left button to go back to the main project site.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, leave is fine. If you go back to like, let's create like if you were gonna upload a new project, so hit the home button on the left. It looks like a home.
Mm-hmm.
Um, grab a YouTube video.
Do you have to upload it, or can I use
Yeah,
this?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, because you can't edit what's already been done. It's done in
Okay.
the edit in the original process.
Oh, should I just go to
Yeah, you can go to your channel or anyone's channel. It doesn't matter.
that's your your
Yeah,
channel? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. But this is the beauty of
Um.
Opus Clips. You can clip anybody's video.
Mm-hmm.
This is how people are making money over on TikTok, where they go and do clips for other people's stuff and they have the faceless channels. This is part of the strategy for faceless channels. So you could clip my thing. Now, if you scroll down, see, I don't want you to use your minutes though. And that's a long video, by the way. There should be a format tool. Yeah, pick a smaller video. Don't use mine because one, like, here, let me
Oh,
do it on my, because it doesn't look
okay.
like, let me do it on mine
Oh,
because
yeah.
I have a ton. And I need to do a clip anyways. So let's do, where am I at? Here, okay. So share video, share screen. Okay, let me grab a video that I want to clip anyways. Um, it's been so long. Let me grab a good video that I've done just for fun. So my most watched video, which isn't the best video, is how to create an event on Eventbrite, which I did like 8 years ago. Um, it's got 36,000 views, but I'll show you how it's done. So we'll use this as an example. It's a long video, but I want to get the clips from it. So we'll go home, drop the link. I'm just gonna use clip basic. Clip anything is something different. So yeah, here we go. It's yeah. So when you scroll down, I want to do I want to do 30 to 59 seconds because I want 1 minute clips. And then down here, you can switch to landscape clips. So you see how it's landscaped? So maybe I would do actually probably 5 to 10 minute clips, and I would do landscape, and then I would hit get clips. No, I don't care about. No, I don't care about this. Okay, so now it's going to get clips, ETA 8 minutes, but that's how you create landscape clips, and then you would make a longer time.
Nice. Yeah, that would be
Now,
useful for
yeah, now you could do it.
head talking, just me without sharing a screen.
Now they wouldn't be uploaded as shorts because they're longer than 60 seconds. So the only thing I could consider doing is if you found clips that were less than 60 seconds landscape. So that's probably a test that I should try. I'm going to do the same video and I'm going to do not auto. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to do, oh wait, did it pick 2 when I did that? Oh, maybe I will get 30-second clips. All right, wait a minute. I'll wait for that to process. Let me let this process then. Let's see. Okay, so it's going to make 30 to 60-second clips as well. It's going to do both. That's kind of cool. I didn't know it was going to do that. It's going to do it in landscape format, so it'll do like a full screen video. We can test to see how it shows up over on YouTube as a short. If I do a short that's landscape, does it promote the whole thing? You know how it does kind of like that blurred out background and then puts it's smaller on the screen, but it puts it right in the middle and you can see the whole thing. Maybe that's how you do your webinar shorts.
You might have black
Landscape.
on top and the bottom, perhaps.
Yeah, it'll do either black or sometimes it'll do like the blurry effect where it's just blurry on top and then it has the full landscape very short in the middle. We'll see how that comes out, but that would be the next thing, the next way to test it and then upload. Because the thing that differentiates YouTube shorts and a video is if it's more than 60 seconds, it's not considered a short. So if someone's thumbing and death scrolling on shorts, they're not going to see that video because it's not considered a short under 60 seconds. It'll still be on your channel, but it'll be classified as a normal video.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, I think we can look up that because I know Javier has a couple landscape ones that I've done in the past. Let me see. I don't know if they came out as a short. Did they get classified as a short? Let me see if I can find them real quick. Because that would be a good workaround for those kind of videos where you're doing a screen share and you're trying to do a vertical a vertical output. But I don't think I ever did that. That's the problem. So this will be a good test for me too. And we've put out so many shorts. It's ridiculous for Javier's channel. Yeah, we've got 750 shorts. Nope, none so far where they're under 60 seconds and it's landscape. So I don't think we've ever done any. Yeah, so we'll see how this test goes for the one I just did. All right, well, Sabine, thank you so much for stopping by today.
Brilliant.
Lot of great questions, and I'm glad you got some clarity and some confidence around you knowing what you don't want to do in the business with when it comes to in regards to content distribution. I think it was a great call today, and I hope other folks here that are watching this on replay leave a like, subscribe, put your answer down below. I think I'll give it about a week. Once the video is live, everybody should know, but I'll give it about a week from today, which is 9/24. So that puts us at the beginning of, yeah, October 1st. I'll go on Instagram Live and pick a winner if the person who picks the right answer. And that answer, it really is put your what guess how much we're paying for our VA to complete the SOP that we just went over on today's call. So awesome. There you have it. Thank you so much. Look forward to
Thank
seeing
you.
you all next week. And as always, please be active in the group. If you have questions, post them there. General discussion, engage with other folks in there. Share your knowledge as well too. This isn't just for you, Sabine, but for anybody else watching this video, we want this community to keep driving itself. So if you have tips, tricks that you want to share and you want to be considered, an expert in the room as well, like we're all here to grow together, and I can't do everything. So the more we get from other experts that know what they know and can put it out there and share their insider tips, please feel free to put that out there. Thank you all, and we'll see you next week. Take care.